Unmute. Hey, everyone. Good morning. It's Friday, June 16th. I am Sarah Cavalier. I'm the Director of Onboarding and Education. And we are here today with three lovely Coldwell Banker leaders who empower others in real estate each and every day. I asked each of them to join us today because I admired their stories of their journey of how they got started in real estate and how they got started and where they are today. And also the respect that each three of you have earned among your peers. So thank you so much for joining us, Tracy Nygren, Julie Bodler, and Stephanie Goodhue. Tracy, will you start us off and tell us how you got started in real estate?
How I got started in real estate. Okay. Previous to real estate, I was a flight attendant for United Airlines, and 9/11 happened and I was afforded the opportunity to go on furlough. So still keep all my benefits, but not actually have to fly. So I chose to go and get my real estate license, and that's what happened. So I got my license in January 2003.
Awesome. And can you fill in some things that you did? Because obviously I know you because you have expertise in new construction. So you were an agent, and when did you get hooked up with a builder?
I would say so. Initially, when I started, my mentor at the time worked for Mapes Construction, so she represented them. So I was able to hold her homes open, which was fantastic. And then from there, I had a friend that was a builder and neighbor, and I started listing his properties. And then he had a partner and that built under a separate name. So then I started working with him, and it just kind of snowballed. So
and you joined Coldwell Banker when?
In October of 2006.
All right. And for those of you who don't know, Tracy is now the managing director in Ankeny. Let's see, when did you become a managing director?
December 2017.
17 in the Ankeny office. So just give us a little history of your family.
Okay. I have 4 children. Taylor is 29, also has a real estate license. She lives in northwestern Iowa in a place called Orange City. She has 6 children. She has her own dance and tumbling studio. She is the dance and cheerleading coach for Northwestern College. And like I said, she also has a real estate license. So I have a second daughter, Tanner. She is 27, and she works here out of the office with us and is an awesome realtor with Coldwell Banker. So that's fun to get to work with her side by side. I have another daughter, Tess, that lives here in Ankeny and works. And then my son, Thomas, just graduated from Iowa. And Tess is 24, Thomas will be 22 next week from Monday. And he just graduated from Iowa and got his first big boy job. So he lives in Iowa City still. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Tracy.
And I have 8 grandchildren, so I can't forget about them. So.
Woo! Your daughter has 6 kids. I didn't know that.
Taylor has 6, Tanner has 2. Yep.
Woo. That's a lot. Let's go with the theme of 4 children and move to Stephanie. Stephanie, tell everyone what you did prior to real estate, because I just love this.
So before I started here in real estate in 2014, I was in law enforcement and security. So
she was patrolling the streets, guys. Look at that sweet face. We all know she's so friendly. So to think that she was pulling people over and giving tickets just always makes me laugh. And Stephanie, why did you get started in real estate?
Well, like you said, I have 4 boys, and when I was doing the law enforcement thing, I was working all the time. So days, nights, weekends, holidays, and I was missing a lot of stuff. I was missing my kids' activities. I hated being away from them all the time on holidays and everything else. So my mom had sold real estate for many, many years. And she said to me, hey, give it a try. Just try it. I had always said, watching my mom, do real estate, I was like, I will never be a realtor. I will never do what you do. But you know what? I tried it and loved it immediately. It's perfect for me and for my family. I don't miss things anymore. So yeah, it's been a great fit.
And really, it is a legacy. tell everybody about who your mom is and why she's special to Coldwell Banker Mid-America, because she was a big part, especially in the office that I sit today in Altoona.
Yeah, she started the Altoona office. She opened it, I don't even know when, but that was one of her big things. I think she also started one in Indianola, maybe.
Right, yes, yes. Cool.
Yeah. So she was with Coldwell for a long time. She retired 2 years ago.
But right before she retired, someone else joined the family legacy of real estate.
My second son, so he is 20. He graduated when we were going through COVID. So he had a lot of free time on his hands and decided, hey, I'm sitting at home all day long. I'm going to get my real estate license. And he did, and he's been selling ever since.
And let me tell you guys, he is a knockout. He's such a wonderful young man. He has great manners, and really in his first few years, I think that he's killing it. But when you look at your mom and you and him, you just know that real estate is in the family. And you live in a small town.
I do. I live in Carlisle, like 4,500 people. So tiny town.
And then tell us a little bit about your real estate market, because like Tracy, you got involved with the builder and you guys do some really great stuff.
We do. I had a builder come to me, I think in 2017, and we clicked. It worked really well. He's very flexible with my kids' schedules as well. So that really helps. But yeah, been doing a lot of new construction ever since.
Awesome. There was one other, I think you need to share, because I know community is very important to you, what you're doing in Carlisle with the building trades, you and Nick.
Yes, so we have a building trades class. So it's a group of seniors at the high school who work with a teacher / builder to build a house every year. So they start in August with the foundation and everything, and they take the class through the entire year. At the end of the year, they have a really great home to sell, and I represent them in the sale of the home. It's really cool because my son, Nick, who's a realtor, he actually got to build the house a couple of years ago. So that was fun to watch him build the house and then sell it. And yeah, it's a really cool program. I think more people should look into that.
I agree. And you joined the Coldwell Banker Metro office in what year?
2020, August 2020.
During COVID?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Stephanie and Julie. Now I'm on the spot. I can't remember if you have 4 or 5 children.
4. I'm also part of the 4 club. Yeah.
4 club. So wow, look at this. Everybody has 4 kids. Now, Julie, I remember when you moved to the Des Moines area and you joined the North Park office, because that's where I was an agent, and Sandy Fisher was your friend. And I remember her saying, oh my gosh, you guys, my friend Julie is moving to Des Moines and she's going to get her real estate license. And she is so awesome.
Well, she had, we had been preschool moms. So I had lived in Des Moines because I was a teacher, and then I stayed home with my kids for 9 years. And then, so she and I were preschool moms. She had 3 kids. I had 4 kids, and I was just a freak because I was one of those friends that, you know, she'd be out showing houses and she'd be like, I was just showing this house over on, 52nd Street. I'm like, oh, the yellow one with the white shutters. And she's like, how do you know that? Because I just loved houses that much. So she says, I think you need to get into real estate with me. So we decided to be 50-50 partners that first year. About a month after I got my license and started, which was, I just had my 17th anniversary a couple of days ago on June 15th. Then about a month later, she found out her husband was getting transferred. So what we had initially set out to do was be 50-50 partners. But then that first year, we worked together because it was kind of a long transfer. So I had a year of a mentor that had been in the business for 5 years, that every question I had, every single transaction I had a buddy on. And so, we hit the ground running between my connections and her, because she'd been in the business for 5 years. So we just, we had a good first year, and I learned a lot. And so that's why I really feel like, finding a mentor within the program is huge, because it makes everyone and the company better, because it's just a stronger agent, our agent resources and everything will just be stronger whenever you have somebody to help you out.
Julie, do you think if Sandy wouldn't have given you a push to say, hey, come join me in real estate, do you think you would have gotten your license?
Nope. I can tell. I mean, I was very content being a mother. I mean, I had a full-time job, times 4. So to take on the real estate world and to do that, I had a definite interest in it. And I feel like the teachers make really good realtors. I mean, it's statistically shown that teachers, they nurture, they care, they counsel, and that's all the things you have to do when you're a good realtor. So my mom also, like Stephanie, my mom was a realtor. We called her Real Bore, though, because she was, we'd be in the car and she'd be driving around back in the, 80s when we didn't have, she was lost half the time. So we just drove around with her and we called her Real Bore. So now, it's kind of funny that it's, come all the way around. But that was when the interest rates were sky high. And so it was just a different type of market. They had MLS books, all that good stuff during that time. So yeah, so I don't know for sure if I would have done it without Sandy's push, but I'm definitely so blessed that I did do it. I'm so happy. It's a good job.
I think we're all blessed that she did that for you too, because you have been a wonderful resource and helper in the North Park office. And you're our #1 agent.
Thank you.
You've been our top agent for many, many years. So
well, I've been in there. I've been around a lot of amazing people. And so it's a good place to be. So thank you.
Julie, why don't we start with you with this next question? What advice would you give your younger real estate self?
Probably just, learn everything you can, ask questions, get a mentor. Definitely it's worth it. Even if you have to give up some of your commission to have somebody assist you, you will be that much stronger. It's definitely worth it. I know it's hard whenever you're new and you're so hungry and trying to scrape by every, deal that you get. But the thing about Coldwell Banker, though, is, and I have always said this when other people come a call in to look for, to take you away from here, we're like a family, especially our offices around the Des Moines area. We really look out for each other. We care about when good things happen to each other and we cheer each other on. Even though we're all in a competitive business, we are definitely, have each other's backs. So we just, that comes first, I think, in a lot of people's minds that we work with. And that's why I stay with Coldwell Bankers, because that to me is like key. If I'm taking time away from my family to be with someone, to be in a workplace, it better be someone who I feel like is family.
I agree.
So that's some advice.
Yeah. Tracy, what advice would you give your younger real estate self? Because let's be honest, it's hard to balance. I know when I first got my license, I was a young mom. I got my real estate license. I was taking my first classes and then I found out I was pregnant. And so I was sick to death those first 3 months. And so I had my 2 youngest, my first 5 years of real estate. And so that can be really tough.
Yeah, I would say probably one of the things that I wish that I learned it much later than I wish I had was that not to get so emotionally invested. We all care about our clients, right? But I can remember getting purchase agreements that were ridiculously low. And not that I shared that with my clients, but just getting angry, right? Are you kidding me? I can't believe they would write this offer, right? And, property inspections coming in, just things like that. And I think, just getting control of my own emotions and realizing it's a business transaction, right? Okay, this is a starting point. What are we going to do with it? And not being so, it took me a long time to realize that. But once I did, business became easier. So.
Awesome. Stephanie, what would you tell your younger self?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of follow Tracy there. I think let it go, learn to let things go. You're going to have friends and family who work with another agent and you're going to be upset, but learn to let it go. Take your 5 minutes and be upset about it, but then move on to the next person.
Amen. And give grace. I think that's great. Let's mix it up a little bit here. I want to do the rapid fire questions. So we'll start with Tracy and then Stephanie and Julie. So rapid fire questions. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Early bird.
Both. I don't sleep, if you know me.
Yeah, that's true. Tracy, white or red?
White,
Red.
White,
Beach vacation or staycation?
beach,
Beach.
beach.
Buyer clients or seller clients?
when I sold, seller.
Seller.
I love the hunt. I'm a buyer. I love buyers. Sellers I like too, but buyers for sure. I love the hunt. I like
Okay,
to look into other people's houses. I'm like nosy.
Okay, are we ready? Iowa State or Hawkeyes?
Depends on if they're playing each other or not, but I gave most of my money to the Hawkeyes, so I gotta say Iowa.
Okay. State?
Iowa State, I've got 4 out of 4 going to Iowa State. So yeah, I'm a Cyclone. We bleed red and gold.
And then
Cardinal.
I threw this one in there because I know we have some Kansas City area and some Colorado peeps. Denver Broncos or Kansas City Chiefs?
None of the above. Dub Bears.
Definitely Chiefs.
Okay,
Chiefs
Julie.
for us too. Chiefs.
Awesome. Oh, I expected more chatter from everybody on the chat or something when we were doing that. Usually it starts to blow up, like usually Rachel. Oh, there's one. Kansas City Chiefs. Rachel Delzell is going to be like Hawks, Hawks, Hawks. Oh, Jens Werner says he's also with the Bears, and I think he's in Colorado. So okay, all right. Next question. Your target market. Your describe your current business plan and what CRM do you use? Tracy?
You
What
want
do you
me,
do?
even though I haven't
Yeah.
sold since 2017? Well, I was a big proponent of using Coldwell Banker's tools when I was selling, and I still am. And now that we're with Distinctive, I think the tools are even much more robust. So I'm super excited about getting into CBIQ and learning more about it, because I think it has just so many capabilities for agents to be able to help grow their business. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, we belong to a full service brokerage. So I'm, and I believe in the Coldwell Banker way. So I used all of their tools. So.
Awesome. Julie, what's your target market? Who are the people that you serve?
I mean, really everyone. I think sometimes people think that when you get into, you sell certain price points of houses higher end, that you're not willing to. I've had so many people say, do you even work in this market? Do you even sell to, first time home buyers and things like that? Because I think in their minds, they think that if they see you advertising a house that's, 500 to over $1 million, that you're not going to be interested in working with the first time home buyers. But we work with everyone. I think all of the agents that I know that I work with, we are all in for everyone, because wherever that person's place is, that's their starting place, that's their story. So my target market is whatever. I don't have any specific one. I just like to work with everyone, but I do work a ton with relo. I moved 8 times in 10 years, my first 10 years of marriage. I've been married 33 years this year. But our first 10 years of marriage, it was like, I call it the corporate military, because we were moving and shaking up the ladder. And so I know what it's like, and I'm an Air Force brat, so I know what it's like to move. And so I bring a lot of relocation experience personally. Whenever I did relocation, that I was working with, I was the client. So I understand what they're going through. So that's part of my, I do enjoy working with relocation.
And Julie, will you talk just a little bit? One of your talents, I think, is the home staging. You've got that eye, the style, how to guide your clients. So can you share with us some of the things that you do that you include, because that's just your natural talent?
Well, I do love to decorate, and I home remodel and things like that. So that is something that I have a passion for. So I just was, more and more people are, they can pay a stager and the client can pay a stager. But I just decided to just take it on myself. And I have my own stager that works with me in my team, on my team. She only works for me. And I thought, well, I'll just invest in it. And I went out and bought a bunch of things and we house it. But that's something that I do personally as a perk for my clients. They don't have to pay. Now, I mean, if we had to stage an entire house with lots of furniture and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, we'd work with outside resources. And I've got a couple of different people that do that also that we can supplement. But I mean, if we just start having to bring in key pieces and then we can supplement with things that don't cost them, then, my goal is to try to get as best a deal for my client as possible and to help offset some of their costs with working with, my team.
Awesome. What CRM do you use, or what's one of your favorite real estate tools, one of your apps?
Well, I'm like with Tracy. I mean, I kind of just used Coldwell Banker's tools mostly. I mean, we're excited about getting trained on everything that's coming down from distinctive properties. So we are looking forward to all the things, working with Carrie and Rachel and the team over there just to kind of get some cool, exciting things that are coming. And so thank you for that. And then, but I guess I'm super into reaching out to people. I don't have a problem. Like if I see something I think would go with someone, I will just text it to them. I'm constantly, and my assistant was the one that reminded me of this because you don't really recognize it whenever you're doing it, but it's something that she told me just today. We were talking about it this morning when we were having a little meeting, and she just said, you just are really great about, just reaching out to people no matter what, and just talking to them about what's going on in their life. And just, so I do a lot of social media and things like that too. So probably just Coldwell Banker's resources, everything that we did with the postcard program and everything we did. I've always done that. So that's been a good thing for me, and just kind of working with our tools through our company.
Yeah. For anyone else, the tools that we are getting from Distinctive Property, CBIQ is a one-stop shop, and we have one login and it has all of these great capabilities. It's just amazing. So maybe you guys don't realize how lucky you've been for a while. But Stephanie, tell us about your target market, maybe your current business plan or something going on with your business right now, and then what CRM you use.
Yeah, so I'm the same as Julie. I like working with everybody. I love farms, acreages, residential, new construction. I focus a lot in Warren County, which is where my town is and where I grew up. So that's probably my preferred, but really I love working with, first-time home buyers, and I also love helping people build their dream homes. So kind of all over the board. For CRM, I just use Coldwell Banker tools. So I'm very excited about getting into CBIQ more. I love it so far. So, and then what was your other question?
I think you got it all. Your current business plan, target market, CRM, or any other tool that you like, or talk a little bit about our land, acreages, and farms division. Give a little plug for that.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of land, farm, acreage brokers in the area. So we really felt like, this is a great opportunity for Coldwell Banker to have our own specific division. So I think we're on a roll with it. We have, a lot of really great agents involved. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's time. I don't see any questions. Tracy, Julie, Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing about your business, your life. Thank you for everything that you do for our agents and Coldwell Banker Mid-America. I want to continue this Women in Real Estate series throughout the summer. So I need your help, because I know these ladies because I've been working with them for many, many years. I want you to reach out to me or your managing director at sarah.cavalier@cbdsm.com. Why don't you nominate some people, some ladies that you want to see here on a Focus Friday? Because I don't know many of the other agents in the other states. So if you guys could do that, I would appreciate it. And then we'll look for our next Women in Real Estate in the month of July. Everybody have a great weekend. I hope you sell a lot, but I also hope you take some time to enjoy the wonderful summer weather. See ya.
Thank you.